Hello and welcome to Christmas time at St. Emma's. Normally we would invite you in to experience hundreds of different nativity sets. We would have a train that Bill McClay set up that the kids come and enjoy and look at, and he has special little areas from around Greensburg that he shares with everyone. And this year, obviously, we couldn't do that. And we didn't want to leave it just undone. We set up some nativity sets outside, and as the newspaper said, St. Emma's was thinking outside the monastery, so we set up nativity sets outside for people to come and see. But we also wanted to take some time and share with you our Christmas from inside, some of our traditions and what we get to see on a day in and day out basis. I thought I'd start in the chapel, one of my personal favorite places here at the monastery. Join me as we take this short little tour of certain areas and nativity sets that we have set up. Here's our wax infant, our baby Jesus. And if you notice, it is after the Epiphany. So the wise men have come and they've offered their gifts. So Jesus is holding the frankincense and myrrh. And down here at his feet is a bottle of gold. Now this infant, it's a tradition in Germany that you have wax infants. So that's why baby Jesus is fair-skinned, blonde hair, and blue eyes. I don't know if you've ever heard the song, Some Children See Him, but this often reminds me of it because children see Jesus the same way they are. No matter where you're from, he's just like you and just like me. And surrounding our baby Jesus is a net that was hand-stitched from the Zulu people in South Africa that's holding our Lord. Now this nativity you may recognize from some of the videos that we did this year, but it's difficult from the videos to see them up close. So let's take a little bit of a closer look. Here we have a young shepherd holding a sheep. Look at how tender his face looks as he looks upon our Lord Jesus and holds the sheep with such compassion. Here is Joseph. Look at all the beautiful details in here. I could sit here and look at this nativity set forever. As I record this, it's after the Epiphany, when the Magi had come and offered their gifts to Jesus. And so one of the things that we do here is we put the gifts in the crib because they offered them to our Lord. When you offer your gifts to the Lord, you receive the Lord in return. Each of the Magi have their own time with Jesus, holding him in their arms. Of course, it's easy to imagine our Blessed Mother holding our Lord. Here's an image of our ramp. This is a little sitting area where, as you can see, we have bird feeders outside. We can sit and watch the birds. It's a quiet, hidden spot. And the ramp takes you into the atrium and then into the chapel. So we use this area quite often. Look at this beautiful nativity set. One of our old volunteers, Regis Cherry, he spent a lot of time here and has since passed on from this world. But he made this cave. And then our sister Walburga hand-painted each of the figures for this nativity set. Here's our angel flying over the cave, and Joseph and Mary, of course, with our little infant. There's a sheep and a dog, cattle dog. There's this. Here's someone hiding in the back of the cave, holding a candle, adoring our Lord. You have to look closely, but there's little critters everywhere. A dog, a couple more sheep. I love these sheep. Coming outside of the cave, here are two of the wise men. Somehow they got separated this year. And so the third wise man's on the other side. You'll see him in a minute. But look at the detail Sister put into painting these beautiful statues for the Nativity. Different colors and shades. Camel with everything on its back. And the donkey. And if you look really closely, Mother Mary Ann pointed this out to me. There's a little mouse hiding at the bottom of the haystack. Sheep. Oh, look at the cow. I love the face on this cow. And another cow up here. You can really see the detail of the hair on the cow. Sheep. Here's a shepherd. Here's the third wise man. And I don't see his camel. He must have to walk. An angel hiding in the thicket. A baker coming to offer some of his gifts with some more sheep. We aren't done yet. See the shepherds with the sheep on their shoulders. Isn't that beautiful? This woman is holding some kind of flute, it looks like, and adoring our Lord. I like this one of this little lad kicked back and relaxing. Just as long as he's close. A little dog. Here's our little drummer boy. Isn't he cute? Sister Wallenberger even gave him a dirty face. Boys have a tendency to get into mischief. And then one last shepherd. Isn't this a beautiful image of Mary and Joseph on their way into Bethlehem? And here's an image of the flight into Egypt. Isn't it beautiful? It was hand painted by an artist in Tuscany. This is our Christmas tree, and if you see, we put cardinals on the Christmas tree. Aren't they beautiful? and it's something a little bit different. If you notice the water running in the background, this is our waterfall, surrounded by deer and Christmas lights. Along the windows, we have a little town with little people out enjoying the snow and the Christmas weather. Now, as a special treat, Mother Mary Ann suggested that I show off a little bit of our refectory. The refectory is where we eat, and normally it is a place set aside strictly for the sisters. But today, we're going to give you a sneak peek of how we decorate our refectory. First, our Christmas tree. This year, it's on the table. We do something different every year. Sometimes we have a different tree and the tables are moved over. And we just have different decorations. Of course, you have to have a Christmas tree. And this beautiful nativity set was actually donated from a friend of Sister Maria Johanna's, a dear friend of hers, that would collect a different piece each year. Look at how detailed and how much time they spent on painting these beautiful figures for this nativity set. Joseph looking on our beloved Lord. Just imagine how much time they must have spent in creating each one of these little statues for the Nativity. The donkey's listening to something behind him. Each one of these figures, the woman who had purchased these put a number below them so that she could trace that back to a chart that she had made. And she would know what it was called, when she bought it. One of the Magi. The other two bearing their gifts. Here we have an angel hovering above the manger. And another one hidden back here, watching over our Lord, protecting him. So we'll leave you with some different views of the nativity sets in our refectory. We hope you enjoyed the tour, and we hope to be able to open the doors and be able to see you next year, where you can come see them for yourself. Thanks, and until next time, goodbye.